another big story that we're following right now at the nation's capital. Dick Cheney's funeral is happening at the Washington National Cathedral. So we want to take a moment to take these moments in together. So let me first listen in, and then I'll give you some backstory on his life and legacy. Gosh, the Washington National Cathedral is gorgeous, is it not? You're taking a look at the live funeral services for former Vice President Dick Cheney, who was the 46th Vice President of our country. This music is beautiful. I almost want to whisper as I talk over it. The former vice president was 84 years old. His beloved wife of 61 years, Lynn, his daughters, Liz and Mary, and other family members were with him as he passed. We learned that it was of complications from his longtime health issues, not just of cardiac and vascular disease, but he also apparently also had pneumonia. Sounds like they're showing all sorts of images here. If you look in your upper left-hand corner, we've got some for you. But past presidents and politicians from both parties will gather today to honor this key figure of what many consider pre-MAGA Republican politics. We know that former President Joe Biden is expected to be there. We know former President George W. Bush is expected to make remarks. But neither President Donald Trump nor Vice President J.D. Vance were invited to Cheney's funeral. This is all coming from a source who's familiar with the matter. But Cheney will receive full military honors at the memorial service, which is expected to be a bipartisan one, who's Washington dignitaries. So more than 1,000 guests are expected at this invitation-only funeral. You're looking at the choir. You saw that wide shot of the cathedral itself, which really only showed us a handful of people. If we're saying 1,000 people are going to be there, that's just some of them. Again, including all 4 living former vice presidents and 2 former presidents. So I mentioned those 2, George W. Bush and Joe Biden. They'll pay their respects, along with former Vice Presidents Kamala Harris, Mike Pence, Al Gore. There are also expected to be a number of Supreme Court justices, including Chief Justice John Roberts, Justices Brett Kavanaugh, and a large number of past and present cabinet members from both Republican and Democratic administrations. They'll also be there. So the Speaker Emeritus will be Nancy Pelosi, who many of you know just announced that she is set to retire. She's expected to be there along with Senate Majority Leader John Thune and former Leader Mitch McConnell. You see Joe Biden, former President Joe Biden, and former First Lady Dr. Jill Biden there. You can see George W. Bush. So many political figures in that front row if you're watching in real time. It's always amazing to see in these funeral services our country come together, especially as we've been so divided lately. It's always fascinating to see both sides of the aisle sit together on one pew, if you will. That was a beautiful end to that song. And I do want to keep you guys up to date on everything else that we are following. Doing a little time check for you. It is 11:15. As soon as we find out any other speakers during this funeral service, we'll be sure to come back to you. But I do want to let you guys know what else is coming up in this news conversation, as I like to call it, at 11:15. We've got a